Welcome to Learning Circles, an Indigenous perspective on psychological health and safety in the workplace. A special video series created to support employers across BC's tourism and hospitality industry. This series is a partnership between Len Pierre Consulting and Go2HR, BC's Tourism and Hospitality Human Resources and Health and Safety Association. Through these learning circles, we will explore how Indigenous values, knowledge systems, and lived experience can guide the creation of more supportive and psychologically safer workplaces. Let's begin this important journey of learning, reflection, and growth together.
Indigenous perspectives on conflict resolution. I think that I know there is an incredible depth and breadth to the way Indigenous cultures across North America have traditionally engaged in conflict resolution. And I'll share with you my top three things that I'm really kind of looking for around resolving conflict in your workplace that are aligned with Indigenous cultural safety principles. I would also call these trauma informed principles that you can abide by when you are engaging in conflict resolution, whether it be with staff that you supervise, a manager that supervises you, or if it is a customer or a client who you are working with in the hospitality and tourism industry, a community member, let's say. So, the first thing I will say about conflict resolution is that in the Western world, in corporate colonial Canada today, there is a sense that I feel in coaching thousands of professional clients all across this country that conflict is bad. That usually in Western thought and Western ideology, we think of, conflict in this good, bad, black and white scenario. And that's not how I would say we as Indigenous peoples look at conflict. Conflict is actually can be incredibly valuable for a workplace, for a team. Should you have a team culture that embraces conflict in a healthy way, meaning that we will pause, slow things down, and listen to one another, listen to understand the humans that we work with, and then collectively come up with a creative solution to help mitigate future conflict is actually an incredible element of relationship building with the people that you work with, but also trust building among teams as well. So, here are three tools I will share with you when it comes to conflict resolution. Number one, when conflict occurs, whether you're a manager or an employee, the number one thing is to maintain your own sense of calm and peace. If we enter a conflict and we're, contributing to the energy and the anxiety of the room, if we're appearing frantic, it will go into the rest of the process of managing that conflict and trying to come up with some type of resolve. So number one is just coming back to our breath, slowing things down, pausing, listening, and just trying to appear calm. That's number one, appear calm. Number two, this is a harder one, especially for yourself if you're a manager or an employer. Actually, I would go so far as to say, even if you're an employee, number two is really hard. And that is really trying to assume good intent. Assume good intent. As a boss, as a manager, as a leader myself in my organization, anytime conflict occurs, whether it's with a client or whether it's with a contractor, I assume good intent. When you assume good intent, you tend to lean into that conflict much more constructively and much more healthier when you're assuming good intent with the humans that you are working with. Easier said than done, I know. So I'm going to say it's practice, not perfection. And number three, try to leave things open. Try to go in with an open heart, an open mind, and good intentions. And not so much of a tick boxy narrowing, we're going to fit this conflict into a box per se, but trying to leave some room for dialogue, questions, shared decision making, shared ideas for resolving the conflict together. If you exercise those three tools, those are all aligned with Indigenous cultural safety for psychological safety in the workplace. Appear calm, assume good intent, and of course, really try to have an open heart, open mind about it. So leaving room for dialogue, conversations, and shared decision making together.
As we close today's learning circle, thank you for joining us on this important path towards psychologically safer, healthier workspaces for everyone. This video is just one part of a multi part series. We encourage you to watch the other sessions, each offering new insights and practical steps that you can take. Don't forget, additional tools and downloadable resources are available on GoToHR's website to guide your team's learning journey. Together, we are building workplaces rooted in understanding, inclusion, and psychological health and safety.